Hello, everybody. We are finally back. This is Xero Uncut. I'm Zero.
And I am Bobby, and like you said, we are back.
Yeah, about 3, 4 week absence in it, I think, due
Yeah,
to
Z-
other
Zero
reasons.
moved. Then we had the American holiday over here
Yeah,
called Thanksgiving for those of you people that know. And yeah, it was just unfortunate timing, but we're back and back at it.
we're back, and yeah, back
Mm,
and better than ever before. So
mm,
that's what we have. Well, I don't know. Bobby's a bit ill, but other
Yeah,
than that, it's fine.
it was a rough weekend, but I'm getting there. I'm
Yeah,
getting there.
yeah, fair enough. All right. Well then, anyway, then yeah. So here we are. Then, so shall we start off with? Let's start off with the easiest thing then. So, have you got anything AEW wise? Want to start off with that? Have you got anything?
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Yeah,
AEW
like,
is
start off with that, and
in.
then we do what we normally do then: Raw, NXT, whatever bloody hell it is, in it stuff this
Yeah.
week.
Well, we have a new signing to AEW, so there's that. That just came about today.
Yeah,
AR Fox, who
no
teamed
idea.
with he teamed with Top Flight. They just announced his signing, so that's exciting for him. I'm not really that aware of him, so I couldn't really tell you much. But good for him. He's got he's got a steady job, so can't really ask for much more. I know MJF is going to be there for the first time tonight. Since he won the title, I saw it live. Uh, by the way, you're not going to like this Zero, but AEW Full Gear in person, awesome.
I hear it was empty. I hear it was empty. People were sending pictures, and they
No,
said it was half
no.
empty. Or they fake.
Rampage was very empty.
Oh,
Rampage, I can confirm. Rampage, I was like, wow. Full
yeah.
Gear, that's another story.
Okay,
They,
was it actually full? Was it?
it was full.
Okay.
Jay Lethal and Sting fought right next to me.
Yeah, I think I seen the video of that actually. I
They
think I seen the
they
video of you on there.
they came up the stairs and they were punching each other right next to me, and I'm like, go, go. We were all like, okay, we see them in the crowd down below. We're like, there's no way. Then all of a
Yeah,
sudden they're walking up, and we're like, oh my goodness, they're coming, they're coming.
yeah,
And right there, we were just, it was crazy.
yeah.
Jungle Boy jumped off the top of the cage. That's crazy to witness in person. Um, we saw the Elite return, but no, Full Gear was packed. Rampage was empty.
Empty was it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Rampage was like half full, if that. I mean, personally, me and my buddies, we wouldn't have went to Rampage if it wasn't a package deal.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, like we were cool with just going to the pay per view at first, but then they were like, well, there's some package deals. And it's like, all right, if you're gonna get a free show out of it, you might as well, you know. Yeah, and they are
Yeah.
in Indiana tonight at the
Okay.
Farmers Coliseum in Indianapolis.
Yeah.
MJF is there. He is back. He was on his movie set last week. Missed him. Um, we're 2 weeks away from Winter is Coming, and then Final Battle is December 10th. I'm sure you'll be watching that.
Absolutely not.
I'm not
Absolutely
even
not.
watching that. Then we have the Best of Seven.
Hang on, December
De-
10th, did you say? That's the exact same day as Thingy, isn't it? It's deadline. December 10th.
yeah, but they're different start times.
Oh, right, okay. Are they doing that on?
Deadline is deadline is like 3 o'clock my time, I believe.
Okay. I don't know. I don't know
I
what time it's on.
believe. No, I know they're different times.
Oh, right, okay.
I know Final Battle is going early.
Okay.
Like they'll be well done before deadline begins. Yeah.
Unless then deadline's normal time, and then final battle's the 3 o'clock one. Could be that.
Yeah, yeah. ROH is either 3 or 4, and deadline's just normal American.
It's like
8
8
o'clock, I
or
guess.
8. Yeah.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
yeah. So then we have match 3 of the best of 7. We all know who's winning that one. The Death Triangle versus the Elite. I assume the Death Triangle will win tonight, just to put them down 3-0. Put them up 3-0, I should say. And then I
Yeah.
think the Elite's going to win the next 4. Then we have Brian Danielson versus Dax Harwood. That's an interesting one. We have Willow Nightingale versus Anna Jay. Then we have Jade Cargill's celebration. The Jade Cargill stuff is weird. She's feuding with Bow Wow.
Yeah, I don't know what that's all about.
I could never imagine that happening.
No.
I mean, if he wants to come into wrestling, good on him. This is a good way to do it, but and then Wardlow. This is pretty much the fallout from Full Gear. Wardlow lost the TNT title. Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal are coming for the tag titles. Jeff Jarrett in person, watching him push and shove the fans was actually hilarious.
I've heard he's pretty good. It's normally in person.
I think he threw something at somebody, like a drink or something. Now I'm hoping it wasn't like an alcoholic drink. But I was watching. I'm like, okay, Jeff Jarrett, you're doing pretty good. Interesting development with the women's championship. Thunder Rosa relinquished it completely. Tony Storm's reign counts. Jamie Hayter's reign counts. And that's about it. On this preview, somebody said, "Where is Miro?" That's a good question. John.
Where is he? Yeah, that is a question. Where is he?
That's another thing. House of Black returned last week. I did not see that one coming.
Yeah, after all the rumors that he had left and stuff, because he even confirmed. He even confirmed, did he, that he asked for his release and that it was
he confirmed he asked for his release.
Yeah.
And then he turned around and said, "Oh, don't believe them saying I asked for my release. Don't believe who? You?
Yeah. Yeah.
You confirmed it.
Yeah.
It's like if it was just rumors and speculation, okay, you could play into it a little. But when you confirm it, that's kind of I couldn't even. I don't know. I'm not super into House of Black. I like Malachi as a solo guy better. Buddy Matthews is just lost, and Brody King I really don't care for. It's just one of those things, you know.
It's a shame they're not coming back to WWE then anytime soon, then, isn't it? Obviously, because that would have been good.
I'm pretty sure Malachi signed a 5-year deal. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, and then what? He showed up in 2021. Was that last year?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, when they went back on the road.
Yeah,
he showed up. So he pretty much just hit a year and a half, give or take. Yeah. And then Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland come to blows, maybe. I don't know. Yeah. I really wish MJF would have been on last week, but MJF, man, in person, so great.
Fair enough.
He's and I'm gonna say it now. He's holding that title until 2024.
He probably is. That'll probably be Tony's way of trying to keep him there, is having him hold that title that time, and then MJF, he'll probably just go, "Fuck you, I'm leaving."
Because I think he's going to be the longest reigning AEW champ.
Probably,
and he has to beat 346 days of Kenny Omega. Now, at that point, you're pretty much at like early November of 2023.
Yeah,
his contract ends in January of 2024. So I'm putting together that he's still going to be champ.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I expect so. And then he'll drop it and then just go, and when he'll probably leave after that.
Yeah, or whoever he has been consistent with his takes. Whoever shells out the most money, besides New Japan for whatever reason.
Yeah, I don't know why.
He even said if there's some guy with money who wants to start up a wrestling promotion and he throws more money at me than the rest of those guys, I will go there. I think he said that about Freddie Prinze Jr. He goes, if Freddie Prinze Jr. wants to open that wallet and have me as his star, I will go. So, I mean, you can't blame the guy.
Yeah, no, it's all money at the end of the day, isn't it? So
he's my age. He's 26.
Yeah.
He's just trying to make as much money as he can. And I'm like, yeah, go for it, man.
Yeah. He obviously does. Yeah. He's
he plays no favorites. And that's how business should be. It's like, all right, I'll listen to what you're offering me.
Yeah.
People think he got an extension when he came back to AEW. I honestly don't believe it.
No, I think he's going still in 2024, but the only thing he's probably got is he's probably got a bit more money from it. He's probably managed to wrinkle a bit more money out of Tony.
He got more money.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah,
for sure he got more money, but I don't think he got time added on.
No, I reckon probably what happened is he got promised a belt and he got promised extra money, and that so he got the belt, he got the money in that, provided he stays and doesn't walk.
I don't know if we ever talked about this. Did you hear his interview about what he did in those 3 months?
No, what did he do?
He never left the house.
Okay,
like
that's
he
weird.
he said it. He was like, people don't deserve to see me.
Yeah, fair enough.
He's like, when I come back, you'll see me on TV, and it's like, he built a gym in his house. He had food delivered to his house. I'm like, dog. Like, you were gone from June to September.
Yeah.
The summer.
Okay.
And you just didn't leave your house. And it's not even like he put on weight.
Yeah.
He looks great. And it's like,
yeah, that's weird then, isn't it?
That's dedication. I couldn't do it. I wouldn't be able to do it.
No. Yeah.
Especially after just coming off of everything. No way.
Yeah, definitely not. No. So,
yeah.
No.
But yeah, that's pretty much it for AEW.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. We'll have to have that done. Before we move on, then, whilst we're on the subject of AEW, got to bring up this. This has been floating around Twitter for the past couple of days. Booker T's comments on the Hall of Fame podcast. The AEW might close down in a couple of years, and the guys are going to be wondering what the hell happened. And it's because they're out there and they're playing games. Now, he was on about the Elite and Punk and everything like that, and obviously, basically, the inmates basically running the asylum, and that, and obviously, like Tony not really having any sort of discipline of anyone. So, what do you think about Booker's thing? Because I've seen a lot of people commenting about it and that online and stuff like that. I'm just like, what do you think about it, really?
All right, here's my take. It's going to take a lot for them to go out of business, just because they have money. The backstage fights happening. That happens. If it happened every once in a while, whatever, it happens in WWE, happens everywhere. Tempers flare. I mean, look, it just happened Saturday. I mean, obviously they didn't come to blows, but Roman and KO got upset with each other. Yeah, I'm not going to sit there and be like, oh, it's a perfect world. Everybody should be. Fights happen, disagreements happen. They're grown men and women. It's going to happen. But the fact that they've had how many? Like the Elite and the Bucks was bad. I'm sorry, the Elite and CM Punk was bad. But it was like, all right, you got four grown men who don't agree with each other.
No.
And it came to blows. Stuff happens, whatever. But then you got Eddie Kingston and Sammy Guevara, Andrade and Sammy Guevara, the roster and Sammy Guevara. Everybody's coming after Sammy Guevara. After a while, it's like you got to look. Like, I'm not going to. At the end of the day, they are grown men and women. So
well, obviously there's obviously the other thing as well.
Does have to get control though.
Yeah, well, what obviously Booker was on about as well, I do believe as well, was obviously there's rumors that Punk's actually coming back after his injury. That Punk's actually coming back to the company.
Did you see what Stokely Hathaway said?
And that, or what did he say?
He went on Renee's podcast. I'm not sure of the name. I know she changed it from the other one. So
it was the oral sessions. So
I don't know what it's called now. He said, post All Out.
Yeah.
The firm was supposed to work with a person who is no longer employed with AEW. He didn't say a name.
Yeah.
But obviously, if you put two and two together, that's CM Punk.
Yeah.
Because MJF was running the firm at that point.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he said that person is no longer employed here.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they figured it out. I think he got his money.
Yeah.
And I think old CM Punk's done again.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Well, there's just all those rumors that just going around that he'll be back in that after his injury. So we'll have to see. Obviously, we don't know like whether it will be or whatever. But it's all just because there's that and there's all these contradictions with things as well about Regal, isn't there as well? That's the other thing.
Yeah, I I don't know what's going on with Regal. I know he's at least signed until next March, at
Yeah,
the very least,
yeah,
because that's the 1 year deal.
yeah,
That's the 1 year mark. So I know he's there till at least March. What happens after that? I've heard 3 year deal. I heard 1 year deal. I'm really not sure where he's going.
Dave keeps changing it because, of course, Meltzer keeps saying, "Oh, one point is 6 months,
Yeah.
then it's then a year, and then it's 2.5 years, then it's 3 years, then it's 3.5 years, and it's
It
whatever it is, basically, you know."
it's past the 6 month mark. So
Yeah,
I've never even heard of somebody signing to a 6 month deal, but I digress. But the 1 year mark is in March because he showed up at Revolution. I can confirm that.
yeah,
Um, it's I whether he's on a 3 year deal or 1 year deal. I would imagine WWE would take him back because he was
yeah,
always the GM under Triple H, and I
yeah.
mean
Hunter will want him, won't he? So yeah,
when he showed up at Revolution, Vince was still in charge. So yeah.
yeah, yeah. But no, it'd be interesting to obviously see what happens in that. But yeah, it was obviously just like I said, I've seen a lot of people saying about that Booker T thing, so it was just seeing what you obviously thought about it because I know obviously like how big of a AEW fan you are.
Like I said, fights happen backstage. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
I'm not gonna sit there and be like, Tony Khan, you gotta monitor this, man. Like, disagreements are gonna happen. That's fine. But when there's a bunch of them happening at once, you gotta come
yeah,
into
you
play.
got
Because
to.
you're not gonna stop all of them, and
No,
nobody would expect you to. It even happens in WWE.
yeah,
You're not gonna stop them all. Stuff happens.
no,
But like Eddie trying to fight Sammy and Santana, it's just
yeah,
like,
it's
and then
ridiculous.
Athena going crazy. Like I don't even know anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, well, obviously, yeah, well, that's that.
Yeah.
Right, well, that's obviously that then. So let's if I move on to Raw then, I'm covering Raw
Okay.
today, folks, because
Yeah, he's got Raw. I
Bobby
was
decided not to watch it.
I got NXT for the
Yeah.
most part.
Well, anyway, then. Well, before
Wait,
then,
what about Survivor Series?
yeah, we might as well. Actually, yeah, should we do? Yeah, we'll do Survivor Series first, then. Yeah, well, great. So, one of the main things from Survivor Series, anyway, then, because this will also come into the Raw preview, anyway, is the man returns. Becky Lynch, the man, she returned. She was the fifth woman. Now, there was obviously all that speculation to who it was going to be and stuff like that. But yeah, there was people hoping
Sasha
it was
Banks?
Sasha. Yeah, well, we won't talk about that one, Brady. But yeah, but yeah. So, but no, it was Becky in the end. You know, the man that returned under the man persona as well. So it's not
It,
even big time anymore.
it had to be Becky. It
Yeah.
really couldn't have been anybody else.
No.
Anybody else would have been like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
And then
Becky.
yeah, I really enjoyed Survivor Series.
Yeah, especially with war games now on it as well. Like the women's match actually was longer than the men's match, wasn't it? In the end, and that
Yeah, by a minute, I believe it was.
yeah, well, it was actually pretty good, and I was surprised at who won because I thought Damage Control might have won because of the amount of losses they've been taking, but Bianca's team winning that was But then again, that's the redemption thing, isn't it? From like all the everything that's obviously happened and Becky returning and stuff like that. You know, you had to have Becky win, didn't you? Now in the end, really.
I thought Bliss was possibly going to cost them. I was shocked.
Stuff. Yeah, yeah.
I was shocked nothing went on there.
Mm.
I did think Damage Control was going to win too, just to set that up down the line. But I guess Bailey's not getting the belt.
No.
Yeah, I thought she would at least for a little.
Yeah.
But apparently not.
They're keeping it on Bianca, aren't they? Because of course they want to do that dream match at Mania of Bianca versus Charlotte. But obviously the whole thing behind that is in the press conference afterwards is Bianca did say she wants Charlotte because it's the last horsewoman who she's actually never she's defeated all the other horsewomen and she's never defeated Charlotte.
She's beaten 2 of them at Mania. She's beaten Bailey a couple times. Yeah, she's never. Yeah. Has she ever faced Charlotte?
No, I don't think she has. No, she's never faced Charlotte either. I don't think so. That's why she wants Charlotte. So this is obviously why they're going to set it up for Charlotte versus Bianca.
Oh, Charlotte eliminated her from the Rumble.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I think they eliminated each other in back-to-back years. I think that's the only one though.
Yeah,
Okay.
So that's why they want to do it, because then it's the whole thing of them, because then basically then Bianca's then fought every single horsewoman
Yeah.
and stuff like that. And then obviously if she does retain, then she can then turn around and say, I've beat all the 4 horsewomen and
Yeah.
stuff like that. I've done it that way. But obviously I can see Charlotte coming back and winning the belt personally from that one, but that'll be closer to Mania time. We could discuss that one.
Yeah.
if it might
Yeah.
come
I
to it,
mean,
but
we got to see when Charlotte's coming back. If
yeah.
it's at the Rumble, if it's at.
Well, talking about that, she teased this. I don't know if you've seen this. She
I
teased
did
this on
see that.
Instagram. Yeah. And all the other stuff as well, where she's obviously been teasing like the pictures and stuff like that. And so she's obviously should be back soon. I reckon
6 months she's been gone.
Yeah, possibly Rumble. Possibly Rumble.
I mean, a Rumble return at this point, just keep her off TV.
Yeah, may as well, yeah.
At this, we're in, tomorrow's December. Yeah, tomorrow is December.
Yeah.
At this point, just keep her off TV. We want Rumble surprises. Why not?
Right back in the Rumble, yeah. I mean, there was reasons why Charlotte's been off. I can't discuss it because I've been asked not to. But
Rick said it was personal or something.
Yeah. I managed to find out what it was, but I've been asked not to discuss it, so I'm not going to discuss it. But
tell me off air.
Yeah, but there's valid reasons to why she's been off for a while. Hang on, that's my cat screaming in the background. Hang on.
I thought that was a child.
No, that's my cat.
I was like, when did the child come into play?
No, that was my cat.
Put him on screen. He probably knows more than both of us. Let's go.
Yeah. Right. Well, that was that then. What else did we have then? Yeah, so we obviously then, so then we then had what was the other matches that we had? I've forgotten now since then.
Yeah, some of it was filler. I was mainly excited for the War Games. I'm glad they only did 5 matches.
Yeah.
Ronda versus Shotzi, that was so pointless.
Yeah,
it went a lot longer than I expected.
Yeah.
Finn AJ was okay. Those two are great, but And then Austin Theory.
Yeah, winning the belt back. Yeah,
I was stunned after what they did to him. Now I'm pretty sure this is the first time we've done a show since he tried to cash in.
Yeah.
I was absolutely disgusted with what they did with him.
Well, Triple H made that joke afterwards, didn't he? And that in the press conference.
It seems Triple H is a Theory guy.
Yeah.
It does seem that way.
Yeah.
So that's good. They just Triple H just wanted his own version of Austin Theory.
Yeah, so he wanted to get rid of the selfie gimmick.
Listen, I want Theory to be the dark, bearded, no selfie. I want him like that. That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So obviously then we then had the men's War Games to close it off with.
Which was phenomenal. Phenomenal storytelling.
Yeah. Obviously we had that thing which Fightful reported, which was the slap from Kevin Owens to Roman during it, which was apparently unscripted and stuff. So obviously it did seem a little bit unscripted, but then again, it might have been a bit scripted, just a little bit. I'm not obviously 100% sure on that one, really.
That was weird because Roman just hit him back, and it looked like Roman just took it in stride.
Yeah, so it looks scripted, but obviously I don't know. It might be, might not be, but
the Bloodline won. Sammy saved the day. All is good in the Bloodline for now.
For now. So, but no, that's So that's roughly it. Yeah, Survivor Series. It was pretty good. And that I liked it. I rated it. It was a good show for once. Obviously, Survivor Series has been kind of slack in the past couple of years, where it's just been like their brand warfare thing. But
since 2019, it wasn't anything. That was when NXT won, and that was a good show.
Well, obviously the last one, wasn't it? They focused on that bloody golden egg and bloody Dwayne Johnson and stuff, and that was and he never even showed up.
He didn't even show up. Yeah, he couldn't even be bothered to send in an iPhone promo.
No, which was stupid of him, considering it was meant to be like his whole whatever it was, like 25 years when it was something, I think. So
Did you see what he did the other day to the 7-Eleven in Hawaii? So apparently he used to steal from this 7-Eleven when he lived in Hawaii. This was years ago when he was like a teenager. He would steal from that 7-Eleven a lot because they just didn't have money, and he got caught the one day stealing a Snickers. Yeah. So he went back, bought out literally every Snickers bar they had. Yeah. Paid for it, took pictures with the employees. He said he had to right that wrong. And I was like, that's so cool.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
he literally took a picture and all the Snickers were cleared out.
Yeah. Okay.
Everything that was on display, he grabbed.
Yeah. Okay, that's not too bad then.
Imagine that you're working at 7-Eleven and The Rock comes in and you're like, huh? You
Yeah.
want how many Snickers?
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, yeah, just give me all the stickers. Okay, fair enough. No, I didn't see that. I'll have to have a look.
Yeah, nah,
So,
cool. I saw that. I was like, this is pretty cool.
yeah, that's not too bad. Right, well, that's that one then done.
And then you got Raw.
Yep.
I'll just chime in on Raw, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. So Raw, then. So we had Becky open the show, obviously after her return.
With me.
Yeah,
she opened with me.
Yeah. Well, hang on. Yeah. Well, actually, people want this match now on Raw. With that's that Bobby and that's that other one as well. So that's what we need basically.
Give the people what they want. Reach out to my lawyer, WWE.
That Bobby chant, wasn't it? Bobby. So yes, she obviously cut that promo before Bailey came out and interrupted it, as obviously you can tell. Then they went fighting backstage, a few table spots in the merchandise stand. All that merchandise though that got destroyed. That's horrendous. They need to talk to Becky about that. She destroyed merchandise. So then we went into Mia Yim versus Rhea Ripley. That ended in a no contest after obviously you had the Judgment Day interfere, and then the OC come out with Mia Yim, and then of course it turned into a typical 4-on-4 tag, as it does, as like most of them do. Actually, there's been a lot of talk about that. I want to see what you think on this one. There was actually a poll going around earlier on, and there's been discussions as well of, do you personally think, with this whole OC and Rhea thing and stuff like that, do you think that WE should go back down the route of intergender? Because they were obviously teasing it on Raw, where Rhea was obviously beating up like Luke Gallows and stuff like that. And like, do you personally think they should go down the route of intergender matches for a little bit and like having like just like the big ones like Rhea and stuff
it's professional wrestling. Why not? Listen, I'm about to break some news. I'm about to break some hearts, and I am sorry. Wrestling is scripted. I don't know if some people might not know that.
Spoiler alert.
But like, why not? Like Rhea Ripley versus AJ Styles.
Yeah.
Sure. Why not?
Yeah.
Look at Rhea Ripley's bigger than him.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, like, why not? Yeah, go for it. I'm all for it. I mean, as long as the match. I mean, Rhea Ripley versus AJ Styles would be really good.
Yeah, that would be actually. Yeah. So, but no, yeah, that was.
I'm for it.
Yeah, I mean, obviously. So that was. Rhea obviously pinned Mia Yim after hitting the Riptide on her. So no surprise there. You have to put Judgment Day over and Rhea and stuff after obviously what happened at War Games and stuff. With their
Judgment Day is still sticking around. I'm surprised they're still around at this point.
Yeah, well, I reckon they're going to be gone by the new year.
Really?
Yeah, I reckon they're going to be gone by the new year, and then they're going to push. They'll either push the individual members or whatever. Because obviously, I actually reported anyway that they're looking to do Rhea versus Bianca at Mania. Not Mania, Rumble. Sorry. Okay, yeah, Rhea versus Bianca at Rumble. So obviously, I guess then they'll probably have to split them by then.
Have they ever played? Wait, yes, they have, right? On NXT,
yeah.
They've had to.
Right? Yeah, on NXT, yeah. But no, that's so that's obviously one thing that they're looking to do is obviously like the is Rhea versus Bianca at Rumble, so that's going to be that. And then there's the rumors then of they might start off the whole Edge feud again, because I've been told there is potentially a plan for Rhea versus Beth at Mania. And that's obviously finish off that storyline, bring Edge back in, get Beth back in, and facing Rhea in that Mania and doing it through that way. But that's obviously very early days at the moment.
Edge is probably gone for the rest of the year, I would assume.
I would have thought so, yeah, and that do it that way. Yeah. So so that's starting with that one. You had Street Profits versus Alpha Academy.
Welcome back.
Yeah, welcome back. Yeah, the Profits beat Chad Gable with it was Montez Ford actually hit Chad Gable with a frog splash. I do want to say on that as well, whilst we're actually on this subject, I did mention to you beforehand. I just want to say, if he is listening, hi Steve Carrier, and it's not counted down as a bloody return if somebody's coming back from injury. what I was on
Yeah.
about was people who have left the company coming on in. So
Or who have been gone for an extended
yeah,
period
who
of
have gone
time,
for an
like
extended
Charlotte
yeah,
or
not
Sasha.
bloody, not bloody 1 month off or 2 months bloody off or anything like that. You know, like what he was saying in an argument with me. I just want to put that one out there. So yeah, so Steve, if you are listening, yeah, you know nothing. Okay, that's not done. Then we had a segment then with Theory and Rollins. Rollins looked like he was wearing Becky's clothing again, and that
Yeah, I heard about
him. So obviously Rollins kept calling him a kid and challenged him to another championship match, and Fury refused to fight him. Fury said he'd fight him on his time for it, so that obviously sets up a future championship match again between Rollins and Fury for that one. We then had the Dexter Lumis versus The Miz in an Anything Goes match.
Oh yeah, I heard about this.
That was entertaining. That was really entertaining. Lumis obviously won via submission. And then there was obviously money at the end. There was money at the end of it, which which Loomis got handed by Adam Pearce, and then Miz went along. Yeah, then Loomis then went along and started handing out to the crowd. There was a little kid in the crowd as well. It was pretty good. This bit was the little kid in the crowd. I don't know if you've seen it. Oh no, you went off because
I heard about it. I listened to a recap show.
Yeah,
pretty good day's work for that.
Yeah. Well, the kid was checking whether the money was real. You could see it on the camera, essentially just looking at it and looking to see whether the money was actually real. And that
was it real?
I don't know. It probably was, but you know, he So, but no, it was that, and then obviously, then Johnny Gargano came out and helped as well, and attacked the Miz, and stuff like that for it. We had Candice. Let me know. Candice LeRae fighting Dakota Kai. Candice defeated Dakota with a swinging net breaker for the middle rope. Was that one too bad?
It's another return.
Oh yeah, another return. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I marked that one up, didn't I? One of the big stories of the night as well was we then had obviously Kevin Owens come out. He came out earlier actually in the show before this happened. This was just put at the end of the preview, obviously, which we've got going on. He came out. He basically had a segment with the Usos, Solo, and Sammy because he came out during their victory celebration thing. Owens interrupted and said that he was done completely with Sammy. Now the question is he done, or is there some elaborate scheme going on here? That's the question.
Yeah.
Or what I've also been teasing a little bit as well is it actually going to be Sammy who turns? Because if you notice, there's a certain Bloodline member who refuses to join in with everybody.
Yeah.
Doing it. So is it going to be Sammy or is it going to be Solo, as an example? Obviously, then they ended up having a match at the end of the night. That was the main event. Owens picked up the win after he stunned everybody, basically.
Yeah.
He basically managed to pick up the win against Jey Uso after stunning him, and then obviously then picking up the pinfall from that one. It was an all right Raw, actually. Obviously, considering what we came off of after Survivor Series and that, it was an all right Raw. So yeah, it was all right for me. Obviously, like what you said, you only see the preview, so you didn't really see it like.
Yeah, I listened to the audio recap, so I'm aware of what's going on, but I didn't watch per se.
Yeah, well that's fine. Well that's Raw done then. It's you're going down then for NXT because obviously I didn't actually watch NXT. I'll hold my hand up to that. I was busy and stuff, and I've been busy the past couple of days, obviously still the moving and stuff. So so this is all I'm probably knowing. So yeah.
So NXT was very interesting because we had Road Dogg, X-Pac, Molly Holly, and Medusa.
Mm-hmm.
And they were talking about who's going to be in the Iron Survivor Challenge. It was weird how they did it. I'm not going to lie. Them talking around, it just seemed a little forced, but that's okay. We started with Roxanne Perez versus Indy Hartwell.
Yeah.
Good match. Roxanne wins with the pop rocks.
Okay.
I'm thinking she's next. I'm sorry, she's not next. She will be the one to beat Mandy Rose. Because Roxanne and Cora are tied 1-1.
Yeah, good point, yeah.
There's a reason they're not doing that third match. because I believe that's coming with the title on the line, down the line. I could be wrong. But then we had the returning Donovan Dijak versus Dante Chen. Of course, Dijak wins rather quickly with Feast
Yeah.
Your Eyes. He's coming for gold. He's coming from North American gold. I'm glad to see him back.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad to see the character back, I should say.
He's a good guy. He's a good guy. I'll just say he's a good guy. Yeah. He's a
great guy.
Yeah, he's a good guy to speak to as well. If you get a chance to, anyone listening to this, he's really good.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Now, we talked about the Iron Survivor Challenge. I guess I'll just go over the participants right now. Or do you want me to wait till the end?
Which one are you doing? Because I've got the images for it as well. So which one do you want to do first?
Let's just do it now then. What pops up first? The women pop up first on here.
All right, let me change the image then. Which one?
That's okay.
We're doing men. Yeah.
We'll roll with it. We got Carmelo Hayes versus JD McDonough versus Grayson Waller versus Joe Gacy versus TBD. It's either Von Wagner, Axiom, or Andre Chase. Von Wagner.
Is that what you think? Is it?
Yeah, I don't see Andre Chase getting in this match. Axiom lost the 2 out of 3 to Nathan Frazier.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I've not heard anything, so I don't know. I get very limited NXT info, so
yeah. Who wins this match? I'm talking about the overall Iron Survivor.
It's got to be Carmelo. You know it's going to be Carmelo because
it's either Carmelo or Waller. It's because McDonough's got his shot before. Gacy's got his shot before. Vaughn just got his shot.
Yeah, I personally think it's going to be Carmelo versus Breaker. But the next pay-per-view afterwards.
Because they have New Year's Evil coming up.
Yeah.
They have. Isn't Valentine's Day on a Tuesday this year?
I'll say this one actually in a minute because I was a bit vague in my post on that one. So I might as well just cut in here then. So so we've got New Year's Evil coming up again on that's the Tuesday after New Year's. We've got that one coming up now. I've been told that they are planning something for Valentine's Day. It's at the minute the name of it is going to be Valentine's Vengeance. That's the name I've been given is Valentine's Vengeance, basically. Now, I don't know whether they're going to use the actual Vengeance Day name and it's going to turn into Valentine's Vengeance Day or whether it's just going to be Valentine's Vengeance or something like that. But so that'll be on there. So there's 2 special shows on a Tuesday they're going to do then. They're going to be, stuff then. They're going to be special shows. They're going to be that New Year's one anyway will be treated as a big, big show. Now, there's...
Now, the only reason that leads me to Carmelo Hayes not winning and Grayson Waller not winning, are these 2 really TV feuds? Like you want to give Braun and if you want to give Braun and Carmelo away for free on TV?
Do they leave it till pay-per-view, which will be Mania weekend, won't it? So
that's what I'm saying. They might give it to Waller.
Yeah.
Because I see that being a TV feud more, unfortunately. I love Grayson Waller.
Yeah.
And then you delay, unless Hayes isn't going to be on NXT, come Stand and Deliver.
Yeah.
Which I guess we'll find out at Deadline in, what is that, a week from Saturday? Yeah.
The 10th. Yeah, it would be, So,
I don't see McDonough winning it.
No.
I don't see Gacy winning it.
No.
If this injury didn't happen, I would have had this man win it, Tony D'Angelo. But it's good they're not putting him in this match because he's just coming back from that knee injury. He was off 3 months, and it would not be smart to throw him in a 30-minute match right off the rip.
No, definitely
that would not be smart at all. Maybe they give it to Von Wagner, and then Von Wagner loses to Braun again, and then Von Wagner goes up. That's possible.
Yeah, possibly at New Year's Evil, because that's one of the things as well is obviously they'll set the title match up. Well, no, obviously no, it is for a match at Deadline, isn't it? And then if you think about it, so they could potentially do this match at Deadline, and then it's then the rematch, say at New Year's Evil.
That's what I was saying. Yeah.
Whoever
wins probably gets the match at New Year's Evil.
Yeah. Yeah, then obviously then yes, and yeah, I guess the match at New Year's Eve, and then possibly then a rematch like the February TV one, and then and you can have Hayes and Bron for Mania weekend, can't you?
If Hayes is still there, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think that's the money feud for Stand and Deliver. It's either Hayes and Braun or Waller and Braun, because obviously they've been keeping those three away from each other for the most part.
Yeah.
Hayes and Waller had a match, but Hayes has not fought Braun. Waller has not fought Braun.
Yeah.
And then there's only 3 matches listed right now. I can't imagine maybe 2 more get added. But we got Zoe Stark versus Cora Jade versus Roxanne Perez versus Kiana James versus TBD. It's either Wendy Choo. We'll get into that one. Fallon Henley or Indy Hartwell. Fallon Henley, let's just get that out of the way. It's not going to be her.
No.
If I had to guess, I'm going to say Indy Hartwell, and then she loses the match, and then she's done. That's my best guess.
Yeah.
Wendy Choo would be my second place, but
well, it depends, doesn't it? Like, it depends whether she's going to get punished after her comments online.
Yeah, that was we can't repeat that word on here.
No, we can't. No.
I woke up to that this morning, by the way, from my co-host. I had to rub my eyes. I'm like, what?
I haven't even got the tweet on me at the moment to send it out on air.
Do not put that on the screen.
If anyone wants it, DM me on Twitter. I'll send it free.
I'm pretty sure her tweet is still there. Pretty sure you could just go to her Twitter.
Yeah, good on
Now I'm assuming her and Cora are good friends in real life.
Yeah.
Because not many people would let that just slide if you aren't friends.
No, yeah.
But that's still risky to say something like that. I don't know. I didn't think she was winning anyway, because I mean, you do have 3 heels in there.
Yeah.
Roxanne's the only babyface because Kiana's a heel, Cora's a heel, Zoe's a heel. It's possible Wendy wins.
Possibly. I mean,
now I personally, if this was up to me, I would have had Zoe Stark, Cora, Roxanne, Wendy, because we need another face. Yeah. And Tiffany Stratton, where are you? I mean, we know what she was doing, but like, is she not recovered yet? It's been like 4 months.
Yeah, well, it obviously depends, doesn't it? Because Charlotte had a fair bit of time off when she had hers done, so
yeah. I mean, fair. I guess you got to be, and if you people know what we're talking about, so we don't have to,
Yeah.
I thought she'd be in this match. She wasn't even discussed, so.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't know. Maybe she'll be back in the new year or something.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. So I expect so.
And then the final match, we got Braun Breaker versus Apollo Crews.
Yeah.
That's an easy one. I don't see Apollo beating him. No. And I assume a couple more matches are going to get added. Mandy versus Nikita, I would say.
Potentially.
And then Wesley versus. I don't think they do Dijak yet.
No, probably not. Well, you never know. He might have a match on there, like Dijak versus somebody, and that just
that's true too.
On TV
I guess you could have Wesley defend on TV. They've been doing that,
yeah.
Or Pretty Deadly gets on, or Katana and
that's
Casey.
Yeah,
Katana and Caden.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's something as well, which people need to take into account, because I see a lot of people complaining about this. I'll bring this up actually a minute now, because I don't know whether obviously you know it as well, but the networks have quite a lot of say in everything, and they actually ask, especially USA Network, they actually want title matches on the weekly shows. They don't want you to just have every single title match on pay-per-views or premium live events now, I should say. They actually have demands in the contract that every 30 days there has to be a title match on TV, whether that's tag belts, whether that's mid-card belt, whether that's, championship or whatever. And that's why as well, if you notice, NXT are doing a lot of these Tuesday specials because they obviously then get away with it that way. But then, like, there's a lot of, especially if there's a big pay-per-view coming up, you'll see a lot of the mid-card belts potentially defend on TV, because that's to appease the networks, and that's also as well why, especially coming into, say, like, again, the big pay-per-views that we've obviously just had, like Clash at the Castle, for example, people were moaning, oh, why wasn't Gunther and Sheamus and that for the IC title on Clash at the Castle? Reason behind it was Fox basically demanded they wanted a title match on Fox, basically. So hence the IC title match. And we obviously got that and stuff. And, so that's what it is. Now, I know a lot of people, I don't think, are aware of that, because they're just all just like, oh, they're ruining it. They're not putting the title on the pay-per-view. We haven't had the titles defended on pay-per-view for quite a while and stuff. But there is valid reasons behind why that is, really, for that one.
Yeah.
So,
I was wondering about that, because NXT, they did, I believe it was 2 days before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
It was Braun versus Wagner.
Yeah.
And then it was Mandy versus Alba in the last woman standing. By the way, got that one wrong.
Yeah, you did.
I was like, okay, this is for sure Alba. She's definitely winning this one because it's so quick. Didn't see Isla Dawn. I'm not familiar with her coming.
No. Yeah.
I mean, hey, yeah. But then I was like, okay, that's fine. But then the next week they did Wesley versus Carmelo.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what are you doing? You have if they didn't have a pay-per-view coming up, it would have made a lot more sense. But they have Deadline, and I was like, why are they doing this? But now it makes sense.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, is especially USA Network, where they don't have a champ at the moment. They're very for Raw. They're very you have to have. You have to give us something for the weekly shows, and we want title matches that we can obviously promote and stuff like that, and and even if it's mid-card belts, we want something big on there. And for example, again, that's also on Raw. Why on Raw next week as well? We've got the Usos defending their belts on Raw next
against Elias and Riddle, right?
Yeah. So that's one of the other reasons as well. And see, because of course the Usos are one of the next big things, aren't they, and stuff like that, and they're the longest ones, and it's that whole big match for big main event for the weekly shows, just so they can get that one done. And that's the main reason behind why you're probably going to have, like what you suggested, like Wesley defended on the week before or the week after or something like that before Deadline and stuff.
But you also have Pretty Deadly. You also have Katana and Kaden. I'm thinking, I don't think there's any other belts.
No. Whack Devin on the weekly shows and stuff. So
because they don't defend on pay-per-view often. Because the last time they defended on pay-per-view was Worlds Collide, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, which was obviously because then they went up against Nikita and Zoe, didn't they? Was it Nikita and Zoe?
No.
That was Nikki and Doudrop, wasn't
it?
Yeah.
And then at Halloween Havoc they didn't do anything. So
no. So that's mainly what it is. Is that's the reason behind it. But so no, that's fine.
Deadline a week from Saturday.
Yeah. It'll be good.
Good. I usually, I'll be honest, in December I take a hiatus from wrestling. Just because it's slow and all that.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to be able to watch this live, but this Iron Survivor is definitely interesting.
Yeah, it's definitely something going to go down there now, I reckon.
Yeah, because I have my draft that day, Xero.
Oh, yeah, you do, don't you? Yeah, you do. Yeah.
And I won that league.
Yep, in the end, yep. Congrats on that.
Get off in the comments below. Congratulate me. I won the belt. I had to take it home. Unlike England, I actually came. Unlike England, I actually followed through on my promise, and the cup is coming home.
Oh, right, okay. Are you sure about that one? Because it's definitely coming home this way.
USA. Come on. England is so superior in soccer to the United States. We got off on a tangent. I don't care, though. And they tied with us, or draw, whatever you want to call it. I call it a tie. And they tied with us. Come on.
Don't make me play it. Don't make me play it.
I'm just saying. Y'all probably should have beat us 2-0.
Actually, I better not play it. I was going to actually play the It's Coming Home tune, but no, and then thought copyright issues and stuff. I might get some.
And if they don't bring it home, it makes you look bad.
Yeah.
Now, if they win the World Cup, play it all you want.
Yeah,
But
well,
until then,
yeah. But no,
I don't know.
It's
It's
right.
not the World Cup podcast.
It's right. After the last game, I sang "It's Coming Home" down Instagram to Bobby. So he loved it. He loved it. Absolutely loved it. So,
When does England play next?
Sunday, Senegal.
Okay, we play the Netherlands Saturday morning. Saturday morning my time.
Yeah.
So it's like 3 o'clock for you?
Something like that. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's 10 a.m. for us.
Yeah, it would be. Yeah, so that'd be.
Which is a little rough, but I'd rather it in the morning than at night.
Yeah, which is pretty good. Yeah. So, but no, that's fine. We divulged. So we better carry on. Yeah, we divulged from that one. So,
we gotta. We'll bring it.
Yeah. Was that all from this week's NXT? Was it? I don't know. Obviously, I didn't watch. So.
Oh wait, no, I got distracted by the Iron Survivor. We went off on a tangent there. Okay. Yeah. Dijak, I said he won. Grayson Waller, my boy, defeated Duke Hudson. How that match came to be, I did not see that, but I know Waller won.
Mm-hmm.
Then we had Kiana James beat Fallon Henley. Kiana James is in the Iron Survivor, so obviously she's gonna get this win. They gotta build her up a little. Her new finisher is called the 401k, which is interesting.
Yeah. Okay.
We have Axiom versus Javier Barnell. Axiom wins. Javier Barnell's been calling out people that are either injured or retired or,
Okay. Well, he had a lot of Hall of Famers backstage, so he could have called out one of them at least. Road Dogg versus Javier would have been quite funny.
then we had this one, which came out of left field to me. JD McDonough versus Julius Creed. I feel like this could have been a good match, but they had Julius Creed win by DQ for some reason. Now, McDonough went to go hit Julius Creed, in the back with a chair.
Yeah.
Sangha, I believe,
pushed
Julius Creed out of the way and took the chair shot. Now that caused the DQ. One, I don't know why.
Yeah.
Because Sangha wasn't in the match. And two, why is Sangha helping Julius Creed? They said they wanted them healthy for whatever reason. But Sangha and Veer aren't faces. Or are they?
Not as far as I'm aware, no. So it shouldn't be. No, it's
Yeah, that was weird. I
strange for that one. I don't know anything about that at all. Then really.
Julius Creed won by DQ.
Yeah.
We had an Isla Dawn video package. In the parking lot, Tony D'Angelo tries to recruit Dijak, but didn't go so well. D'Angelo is back next week. Is in ring return, which is good. Don't put him in the Iron Survivor. That would be a mistake. Give him a tune-up match. Let him get back. It's the knee. You can't mess with that, honestly. We had Von Wagner versus Malik Blade. That feud's a little weird, but Von Wagner clearly won with the neck breaker. Fireman's carry neck breaker. I'm sorry. Then we had the official announcements of who's in the Iron Survivor. Then there's 2 triple threat matches next week. Like I said, winner of those get the last spot. And then our main event was we had Toxic Attraction, Gigi Dolan, JC Jane, and Mandy Rose versus the tag champs Katana Chance, Kaden Carter, and Nikita Lyons. Now earlier, Zoe took out Nikita, but Nikita powered through. But they still ended up losing, which was shocking. So
yeah,
I thought Nikita would pin Mandy to get that match.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
They won by pinfall.
Yeah.
With the total elimination from Gigi and JC on Nikita, which interesting ending.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, obviously, talking about those 3 whilst we're on the subject, anyways, I don't know if you've been seeing Mandy's tweets and that this week, but obviously she's teasing going to main roster again. She done an interview with somebody.
She was in it. I listened. I listened to the interview. It was with Chris Van Vliet. Yeah.
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 Yeah, and
I mean,
she wants them all to go up, doesn't she? Her and the girl. She wants to go up to
she's kind of in the same spot as Braun Breaker.
Yeah.
After they lose the belt, there's nothing else to do.
No.
So it's like, yeah, you might as well go up.
So the question is then, do they appear in the Women's Rumble? Do they have them? Do they have all three of them appear in the Women's Rumble, or do they just have, say, Mandy appear in the Women's Rumble? And that, and obviously, like,
if there's 40 spots, yeah.
Which is meant
What's
to be
the
like,
latest on that? Are we allowed to discuss that, or?
Yeah, I can say something about it. I got told the other day that yes, because people were pulling me up on this. The advertisements at the moment are still showing 30, but the reason why they're still showing 30 is they're debating whether they're going to do men's and women's as 40, or whether it's just going to be men's as 40, and keep the women's as 30 for the minute. They might do that. It's just put the men's to 40, and then have the women's to 30. But I'm told that we should get on. Obviously they're doing those big New Year shows, so you've got like the big Raw, SmackDown, and NXT shows, and that week. I'm told to expect the announcement around that week. That if they're they're going to decide it by then, and we might even get it within the next week or two. It depends when they do it, but the latest it's going to be is it's going to be by those New Year shows, and whatever way we're going to get an announcement from WE, whether that's going to be whether it's going to be in ring, say by Adam Pearce, or whether it's going to be a different way, or whether it's going to be social media. But it's literally 24 hours ago, because I asked about this again. 24 hours ago, I was told at least one of the Rumble matches will be 40 for next year.
I like it. I like the 40.
Yeah. So it's because, of course, they've got so many people coming. It's because, of course, they've got so many people now because they brought so many people back. Plus, as well, they've got so many surprises that they want to bring in for the Rumble. They need those spots, and that's obviously that's why they're looking into the logistics of whether they want to make both the Rumbles 40 or whether, like I said, just the men's 40, basically. So they're looking to see what they can do. But yeah, so anyone obviously questioning on that or asking about that, it will be. The announcement should be either in the next couple of weeks or the new year, basically.
I would love a 40 man or a 40 woman or both.
Yeah.
I think 40. I think 30 is not a lot anymore.
Yeah, no.
But 40, you could do some. You can get some names in there. It's
like, because I mean, obviously, I've seen people.
Yeah,
well, I've seen people saying about it. Obviously, if you think about it, if you get 40, then you can then have most of the roster members, like who obviously aren't doing things, because if you're going to be bringing back like loads of surprises, that's taking away people who are currently on the roster now, basically, isn't it? Spots on there. So if you've got 40, you could potentially do, I don't know, 30 normal or 30 roster members, and then 10 surprises, whether that be returns or stuff like that. Basically, you could.
Even 33 regular roster members and 7 surprises.
So it makes sense, and so you can then do it through that way. Then see, and the women personally, I think the women's rumble is going to say 30 personally, because they haven't got enough to do it unless they're going to call up most of NXT. They would have to
dig into the Legends or NXT for sure.
Yeah, and I mean it's always the same Legends every year as well for the women. So I mean, if they were then going to do the 40, you're just going to see the same Legends coming on in. You're not really going to have that many surprises. You're not going to have it's going to be roughly the same as last time. So keeping it at 30, in my personal opinion, would be the best idea for that, really.
Yeah,
for the women.
I'd be cool with it. I like it.
I definitely would be, but like I said, I reckon Toxic Attraction will come up in the Rumble, or even just Mandy. Even if she comes into the Rumble as champ, then that way, then as well, that also highlights the NXT Women's Championship a bit more if she's in the Rumble as NXT champion, like what they done with James winning that and the Impact Championship. So
we'll see who wins the Iron Survivor and how that goes. January is going to be very interesting for wrestling.
Oh, it is, yeah, it definitely is. So
it's a slow time right now for wrestling, but it's going to be picking up.
We're going to get the big stuff roughly from that 30th of December SmackDown. That 30th of December SmackDown is going to be when everything's going to start off, because that's going to be treated down as sort of like the day one pay-per-view, really. It's going to be It's going to be
I'll tune into that one.
Yeah, definitely need to watch that one because I'm hearing anyway for that one that the main event could be Wyatt versus Knight. That's what I'm hearing.
Really?
Yeah, for that one. Yeah, that's what they're going to stretch it out to, is potentially to that one. That's what I'm hearing at the moment, and that'll be the start of LA Knight's push.
Yeah.
And everything before he then goes on to apparently, is what I'm still being told, is win Money in the Bank next year. But yeah, we're going to cross that one. So that's what that one is. So yes, that's that's that. Whilst we're here then, so that's everything covered then. I wanted to obviously run through the Q&A things. We'll do that in a minute then.
Let's do it.
Over the hour, but we haven't really got on for 3 weeks, have we, to talk about anything?
The Q&A. Can you read the question? I'll give my answer, and then I'll see how close it is to your guy.
Yeah, that's cool. Before we go on to that anyway, then I'll just cover this because as well, Xero doesn't just cover WE and AEW. We do cover other ones as well, and I've actually been asked by the company as part of the press team that I'm part of with them is Impact. They've joined a new network now. They're on DAZN. That's worldwide. That one will be. I'm not sure whether it is over in America or whatever, but I know.
I have no idea what that channel is.
DAZN is on. It's definitely over here. We get it over here and stuff. And I think.
I would assume we get it.
But... Yeah, I think the press release. If I go back into it, I'll quickly load that up a minute. Actually, I know the press release actually says that it is international. So, here we go. Yeah, so it says Impact and DAZN is available in 170 countries worldwide. You're mainly looking at Switzerland, Austria, France, Poland, Spain, Italy, Netherlands, Japan, Brazil, UK. To name them. Basically, if you go onto their website, you can find out more stuff like that. It's done that way. So so that's that was just a quick little bit that I had to. I didn't have to do it, but I agreed that I would do just to bring it out and stuff. Just as a thing because again, we don't just cover just obviously W and AEW. I do cover other bits and pieces as well from other promotions. So right. So then the Q&A questions then. So
let's do it.
So this question comes from Khan MDA Alirad on Twitter. Yeah.
Wait, is that?
No, it's not the one. It is? No, that's not the one we think it is. No.
I was like, wait a second.
No. So Khan's question is: do you think Vince is out, or is he somehow still booking the show from the sidelines?
He's out. I mean, I'll give my answer first before your guy, but I think he's out. He's done.
Yeah. He's the response I got back with yes, Vince McMahon is out. He's not booking anything at all, and he will not be returning to his previous role. The only time we may actually see him now is possibly Hall of Fame, if he obviously does get inducted in this year, like what the reports on that were coming out is that it would be this year or next year he'll get inducted into the Hall of Fame. That'll be the next time we see him. And they entered that thing where it changes upon us, which it definitely is. We've definitely seen the difference and stuff like that. I think it's just people are saying that because some of the shows still seem like, still seem a little bit Vincey-fied, but you can't expect a perfect show every week, really, from my personal opinion for that one. Sorry about that. Next one then comes from the AB Promotions. Question is Roderick Strong actually released from WWE?
No.
Well,
I don't think so. Wait.
Well, yeah. Well,
wait. Yeah. Yeah. Huh.
Yeah. Well, from what it's conflicting things now. The main roster. Bear with me. Hang on. The main roster.
The cat wants its opinion out there.
Yeah. The person who I speak to who gave me these answers, because I double checked this one with two people. I checked this one with somebody who I do get NXT info from and somebody who I get main roster info from. Now, from main roster side, they haven't heard anything about a release. They've to me said, at the minute, he's still employed according to main roster guys, but going forwards, there is no plans in NXT. The actual sources stated, I suspect a main roster call-up after WrestleMania. if he is still within the company, or if not, he's gone basically, and we won't see him again. Now, that's what the main roster guy said. The one who I get information from for NXT has quite clearly stated to me that he's gone. That's what I was told. Is his contract expired? He hasn't renewed it.
Huh.
Obviously, so that's conflicting reports now. I don't obviously know like what with which one it is. I'm unable to verify either one, so I can't really say too much on that one at the moment. Right. Next one. Sorry, I've literally just lost my questions now.
Technical difficulties, folks.
Yeah. So, next one then comes from somebody money, but it's money with YY, and then Bag Joe. On this one, the question is: how would you book Roman to lose the WWE Championship in order to maintain 1,000 days as Universal Champion?
Okay, when does he hit 1,000 days? First of all,
1,000 days will be May next year.
Oh, I was hoping it would be before April.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, May next year.
All right. So he won. He was the Universal Champion first, right?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
So they're saying whoever this is wants Roman as Universal Champion for 1,000 days.
Yeah, 1,000 days. Yeah. So basically holding that belt until at least May, potentially obviously dropping it, say SummerSlams that take them over the 1,000 days. How would you book him to lose the WWE title, basically?
Yeah. So okay, I have him. Okay. I'll just say it this way because I don't think Sammy's winning the Rumble. I'll say Cody wins the Rumble. Cody beats Roman for the WWE. Then then Roman defeats The Rock at WrestleMania to retain the Universal, and then pretty much at that point he'll be at 1,000 days with the Universal. I think that's the best way to do it, unless you have Sammy beat him, but somebody has to take one of those belts from him in Mania.
Yeah, well, this is a difficult one to really answer because the guy who gave me these answers, he knows what's happening, basically. So it's a little bit difficult for the whole thing of how would you book it. He's answered it under his personal opinion, but he's also answered it sort of under the company opinion. And both the personal opinion and what one of the plans is what's being discussed. It's not the locked-in plan. I'll put that out there. It's definitely not the locked-in plan, but it's something that's being said at the moment is it's to do with the draft because the draft is obviously after Mania. It's the first week after Mania. And the response was, at this point, Roman should be forced to vacate the WWE Championship during the draft, as he's unable to be drafted to both brands. So basically, so what they could do is set it up so that he has to choose which brand he wants to go to. So he either goes to SmackDown, say with his brothers and say with his cousins and stuff like that, or he goes to Raw by himself, basically as WWE champion. And then whichever one he doesn't go to, he has to vacate. Obviously, he's not going to want to vacate the Universal. He vacates the WWE Championship. Now, the thing with that could be what people have been saying is, because people have obviously been saying about that, is it devalues the WWE Championship if he's just dropping it. That somebody should bid for it. But on the other hand, they then don't want him pinned until 1,000 days. So what is it? Do you want that belt off him before May? Or, do you not want the belt off him before May? That's the question, isn't it, really? If they want him to go up to the 1,000 days, it's sort of which way do you do it? Do you carry on going for the 1,000?
Okay.
And that,
sorry, my internet went out. I missed the last part of what you said. All I heard was you said the last thing I heard you say was it makes the WWE title look weak.
Yeah. So obviously then, what I've been, so I'll go back then. So what obviously I've been seeing people saying online then is obviously, so it does make the WWE title look weak. But then the question is because then you then also have the exact same people online saying, well, that belt needs to come off of him. So it's a factor of, do you keep it on him till May and have him as double champion 1,000 days with both belts, or do you want that belt off him? Because the only logical way at the moment, which they can physically see to do it, is either he takes a pin, so then that would then mean then that he doesn't reach 1,000 days being unpinned, or they just strip the title off him. Basically, that's the easiest way, and that way, then that protects Roman on that part.
Yeah.
Yes, it might devalue the title, but Vince screwed the company by putting both the titles on Roman, and that's the problem. See, so it's either do you devalue it, or do you have Roman take a pin before 1,000 days? That's the thing, see, really, isn't it? So, I personally think they should just strip the title. Strip the title. Yes, fine, it might make it devalue it, but then have it on somebody, say like Seth or Cody, to bring it back up again. To make that title, because then if you've got it being defended more often, then it brings the prestige back, doesn't it? Really?
Yeah. If you want him to reach 1,000 days, I mean, he's not losing both belts at Mania. I don't think. That's just my personal opinion. But yeah, just have Cody beat him, or Sammy, or Seth.
Yeah, just then people then just have to accept that he's going to take a loss, isn't it? That's the thing. It's like it's over the factor of he either has to be pinned at Mania.
He can be pinned once at Mania by Cody Rhodes or Sami Zayn for sure.
Yeah, So that elevates it up. I agree with you there. He can be pinned, but then this is the thing is, as well as I've been saying to people, he can be pinned. Let somebody pin him at Mania, but then you've then got some of the hardcore Roman fans no, he can't be pinned until 1,000 days. He's got to go that 1,000 days without being pinned because it will ruin him. It will bury him in that, especially then the next night. And saying if he's got to face The Rock or whatever, it will dampen the match. It won't make him look as strong going into the Rock match. And some people as well has even come up with the idea, which I've seen floating around, is they're suggesting you have The Rock on the Saturday night. So you have The Rock on the Saturday night main event, and then you then have and then you then have Cody on the Sunday, and then you use the excuse of the reason why Roman only lost it is because Dwayne beat him so bad that that basically that you couldn't, that he wasn't able to properly have the match properly in that, and that's why Cody beat him. That's some of the ideas which I've been throwing around, which I've been seeing around.
I think you have him lose Saturday just to have him come back look strong Sunday against The Rock.
Yeah, and because we all know he's beating Dwayne, so we know that Dwayne's not beating him. The only other way which they can do it, if they are going to do it that way, is they have a cash in. They have a cash in after the Mania main event. Yeah. So then, if he holds both belts until that Sunday, so he doesn't actually take that pin at all, they have him beat Dwayne, and then somebody comes out and pins him, and that as a cash in. So whoever does win the Money in the Bank, which obviously if it is LA Knight, like what they're saying, have LA Knight then come out and pin him, and that elevates LA Knight or whoever it is right up there if you've come out and obviously then pinned him afterwards. So, anyway, we've divulged again. Right, so this just a couple more.
That was a while.
Yeah. This one comes from Mohammed Diaz 1. Question is, will Kenny Omega join WWE in February?
When does his contract end?
February, by the sounds of it. I think it's the end of January, maybe start of February.
Let me look that up. I'm gonna say no. Just straight up. I think he's staying put with AEW. He seems like he wants to get them. Okay. Yeah. However, Omega signed a 4-year deal in 2019, according to Meltzer. The contract will run out February 1st, 2023.
Yeah.
Backstage update on Kenny Omega's deal. Omega will be a free agent in theory by February 2023. Okay. He's set to be a free agent. This is from August of this year. Could something have changed? Sure. Yeah. But wait, wouldn't he have time added on?
quite possibly, but it obviously depends whether. Well, it depends obviously how they do it, isn't it? Really, I don't know.
because he was out 9 months, so
Yeah. Well, I don't know whether AEW does that the same really as WWE does. Because
if they do, he's hanging around till the end of 2023 for sure.
Yeah. So yeah. Well, the reply I got back was, I don't believe so. Sorry, I'll start again. I don't believe so. Omega has a lot more to do in AEW and will likely sign a new deal in the coming weeks/months. There's been no talk of him backstage at WWE at all.
Yeah, and now that CM Punk's gone, I think all is good. So I don't see Omega rocking up in WWE.
Right, so this one comes from. So this next one then comes from Noob and Co. I'll start again. Sorry, I can't get my teeth in today for some reason. Noob and Co. TV. Question is: will Io Sky and Oscar have a match at WrestleMania 39?
No.
No.
But it would be a good match.
Yeah, it would be. Yeah. Well, what I've been told is there's belief that they will not have a match at WrestleMania 39, but a singles match between the two of them will definitely happen somewhere later down the line, potentially at a big event. WWE are planning the match, but it doesn't seem like it's going to be for Mania because it's not a Mania caliber match, basically.
Yeah, not at Mania, but definitely down the line for sure. That would be a great
match. There was one, obviously, from the thing is, though, is obviously these questions were in before Survivor Series. So there was a couple of questions on Survivor Series. Well, there was one question on Survivor Series.
I can answer those.
Yeah, well, it was this from Keo DZN, and it was will Bray Wyatt be at Survivor Series? We can both answer. No.
Can confirm. Sources confirmed.
Yeah,
no.
No, he will not be at Survivor Series, and that's for that one. Last one, then, which we've got here is it comes from Happy Life 2479. The question is Ronda Rousey's contract up after Mania 39? That's the question. And that's what do you think?
I think she's leaving after Mania 39. Now, whether her contract is up at that point, I cannot say one way or another. How long did she sign for when she first showed up at WWE? Do you know?
Well, the answer's in I've got the answer in front of me here. So.
Okay. Yeah, I was like, I have no idea when her. I would assume a 3-year deal if I had to guess. But.
Yeah. Well, the reply I got back was Ronda Rousey's contract expires after WrestleMania 40, so that's obviously another year on top. But they've then said it's up to WWE whether they plan on using her for the entirety of her contract or not. Hypothetically speaking, she could work up to 39, and then at the minute there is no plans for Ronda after 39. So hypothetically, she could just sit out the year at home and still be paid for it unless she wants to do any more. She could even go ahead and sign an extension in the meantime. That would be closer to Mania if we know anything, or closer to Mania 40 as we know it. But her deal actually, from what I've been told here, is her deal expires after WrestleMania 40. So, yes.
I could see her being done after Mania 39.
Yeah, quite possibly, yeah. I
wouldn't be shocked. This would be her third Mania match. I'm sorry, fourth Mania match.
Yeah.
34, 35, 38, 39.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know she's been vocal about having another child.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be surprised. Yeah.
Yes, that was that one there. Just then one other thing then which I want to bring up. I'm literally just scrolling down in my messages to get to it because I've got it there. Somebody asked me separately whether I could address it, and I said that I would bring it up tonight. It's not part of the Q&A, but I'll bring it up because somebody asked me earlier, so I said that I'll do it. They've asked what the current rumoured matches are for Mania 39, basically. Whether I've got the match card. I've got a few which are internally being planned or have been planned in, basically.
Okay, so Rock versus Roman.
Yep, so we've got Rock versus Roman for all it says on there at the moment is for the Universal Championship. That's that one there. We've then got the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships. That'll be Usos versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. We've got that one Talking about that, actually, I will just divulge off again in a minute, but the reason why I've said undisputed tag team championships is it is going to that. There's going to be one set of belts for both brands, basically. When I say that, it's going to be originally I was told two. Originally, I was going to be told there'll be two sets of tag team champs. There isn't. There's going to be one set of tag team champs over both the brands, basically. The new belts will be presented via Roman within the next couple of weeks. Roman's meant to be presenting the Usos with the brand new title belts. They are backstage at WE. They've had them there for a couple of months. They're the new designs that we discussed about a while ago. Black strapped, massive, great big W in the middle of them. Basically similar to the WWE Championship design at this moment in time, as people are asking that one. Okay, going back onto it, and then we've then got the Raw Women's Championship match, which will be at the minute currently being scheduled in for Bianca versus Charlotte, which we obviously spoke about. SmackDown Women's Championship match, Ronda Rousey versus Becky Lynch.
Yep.
Now this one's quite interesting. Intercontinental Championship match. At the minute, it's down as Gunther versus to be decided, but there has been some talk since I've received this message and the full match card is there have been talks that they are trying to get Brock in to do it because
Brock versus Gunther for the IC title.
Yeah, at Mania. That's the latest pitch for it. Is Brock versus Gunther for the IC title.
That would be a brutal match. My goodness.
Yeah, but Brock's got to agree to the match. That's why it's at the minute still to be determined because it's going to be that one there basically. Money and stuff like
Brock speaks one language. If you could do that, he'll do anything.
Yeah. Now this one's quite interesting because at the minute, this one is subject to change. Now we've got the United States Championship match. Now it's currently got obviously the current champion is Austin Theory. Now when I got sent these through, it was Seth Rollins, and it was originally meant to be. Originally, I was told it was going to be Seth versus Cody for the US title at Mania. But obviously now that Austin Theory's holding it, if Theory holds it into there, then you're looking at Theory versus Cena for the US title.
Yeah.
Basically. Because that's another thing as well. I will say now, Cena will be back for the road to WrestleMania. He'll definitely be back around January time for the road to WrestleMania, basically. So, yes, we've got that one coming up.
Love John Cena.
Yeah. Women's tag championships again at the moment it's down as the current champion, so that's obviously Damage Control versus to be arranged. Now this depends on several factors, obviously whether Damage Control has still got the belts, whether Sasha and Naomi's back by then, back obviously, whether they're going to splat those belts on somebody else. So that one really there isn't really any plans at the moment for it. I just include that one into there because obviously makes sense. They also have planned in, and this one is planned. This one will not change. It's Ray versus Dominic. They are going to end up doing, they're going to end up doing Ray versus Dominic. Now that might be Ray's final match. It could be Ray's farewell match, basically, and it could either be one where it's like mask for, it's like
mullet.
Yeah, well, some of that, or mask for whatever it is, and his retirement match. That's it basically, and obviously there'll be a lot more added to the time frame.
Any rumored Drew McIntyre matches or?
Well, that's the other thing at the moment. Drew is the second choice for the IC title match.
I was thinking that.
Yeah,
I was like, they could do Drew versus Gunther. That would be kind of cool.
Yeah, but it's again at the minute again, like what we said, it's Brock. It's what Brock decides basically to whoever he wants to do that one. There was another one as well of, because people keep asking Bray Wyatt. Now at the minute there is no scheduled match planned in, but that is because WE is still deciding, and WE are also still trying to work out some signees for a few things.
Yeah.
One of the last things that I've heard of in the past 24 hours is potentially we could be looking at Bray versus Bray potentially at Mania.
I'm sorry, Bray versus who?
Bray versus Bray cinematic match. And that.
I'm not sure how I feel about that one.
Well, it will either be cinematic match or Bray versus The Fiend, and they'll have Bo Dallas playing The Fiend. and that just to complete the storyline, because obviously if you think about it at the moment, the whole storyline is with Bray as he's battling his demons, and everyone wants him to release the Fiend. Now the question is, do they end that at Mania, and then finally have like say Bo take down Bray, so then so he can then return as the Fiend, or do they have Bray take out Bo so then they kill off the Fiend and stuff like that, basically, and then Bray then stays in as Bray Wyatt. So that's because they've got to end this current thing that he's doing now, where he's battling with his demons. But that's one of the ones which I've heard within the past 24 hours as a pitch for that one was Bray versus Bray versus Bray potentially, or Bray versus the Fiend. Really, it will obviously put down as Bray versus Bray. You won't have obviously Bray versus Bo. You have Bray versus Bray.
Yeah.
Down as. I got asked about LA Knight. Depends whether he's Money in the Bank holder. Depends whether he's, there's a lot still at stake in relation to that, to what LA Knight's going to be doing. Again, they could also redo the LA Knight versus Wyatt feud again at Mania again. Kind of depends whether they want to do another match then. Depends what's going on. But yeah, that's everything that I've got on Mania so far for all those asking, because it was just cool. People who was asking that, and I said I'll do that one. But yeah,
I'll be there, so I'm excited.
Yeah, so the big one there is obviously that one there. So that's so that was basically that. We've got nothing else really to bring up. Hopefully that other Bobby will be at Mania as well, because we need to see this match obviously at Mania. We need to see
True. I would love to meet them.
Yeah, we need to see Becky and Bobby and the other guy who was drunk, who Becky quickly came away from, and that versus Damage Control. That could be the Damage Control match. There we go. And that, at Mania. But yeah, so that's everything from this end really. There's nothing really else that's come out. Obviously everything else has come down. Once again, I'll just say, just to sign this off with, is
we're back.
Steve Carrier, you can shut up. I don't really care what you say. If you want to start up, I'll just expose the DMs again, where you've literally admitted that your source sent you shit, and that your source that your source is crap and you don't actually have a source. I'll just expose those DMs if I really have to, if you're going to carry on. That's that one there done. I just wanted to add that one at the end there. That's everything for this week. Actually, that's another one, actually. I'll discuss with you fully after this, but we may have somebody on next week.
Okay.
Yeah, we may actually have somebody on the show next week. Now,
news to me, so.
Yeah, it is news to you. I only arranged it a couple of hours ago, so that's why. I've been arranging it. I will mention a little bit now. It's somebody who's part of WWE. It's not a star or anything like that, but they are, if I can finalize it completely with them, they're a producer in WWE. They have some kind of production thing to go along with it. I will speak to you obviously after said show. I don't want to say too much now, just in case obviously it all falls through. But I will. I'll mention a few things to you, and then obviously after this and that, and do it that way. But
I'm intrigued.
Yeah, I was sorting it out whilst we're actually on here as well. That's why I can't go quiet, because I was messaging a few people as well. So, but no, so I'm going to get that one out. We might also have some other people on as well in time, which I've been trying to sort out as well. But that's for another thing to do that way. But no, that's. But no, anyway, so we've done. We've done it all that way. That's it then. Anything that you want to say before we go, or anything? Really?
Subscribe to my YouTube channel.
Yeah, don't forget that one.
I got content coming out. I got Christmas reviews coming out. Oh, I got a movie coming out. I got a review coming out Saturday. Every Saturday for the rest of the month. I'm sorry. Every Saturday for the month of December. It's not December yet. And give me a subscribe. Hit me up in the DMs. IG DMs. Twitter, I got no. I don't do Twitter that much. Besides wrestling news. IG, I'll get back to you though. I promise. That's not a problem. So we will we'll see you next week, obviously, if we do it. Christmas, obviously, where we're coming into that one now. Obviously, we might be changing around days for this, obviously, depending on our Christmas schedules and stuff.
I mentioned it now. Me and Bobby already knows about this one. At one point, I think it's going to be Christmas week. I think we discussed, or maybe the week before Christmas, we're going to do a year-end show, and that. I've been thinking as well, and I'm actually trying to arrange this. So I might give out some Xero year-end awards.
Oh boy,
to a few people in the IWC, and that's an award a few things. But I'm still awarded. I'm still sorting that one out now. There's a few which I want to sort out. Basically, there's a few things which I've got a few plans up the sleeve for that one. Maybe an awards thingy and stuff like that for it. So just so what some people do. But yeah, no, that's cool. So we'll see everyone next week. Don't forget, subscribe to Bobby's channel, subscribe to this one. Moan at me on Twitter all you want if you want to. I don't care.
Same here.
Yeah, follow.
I won't tweet back most likely, but sure.
No, you won't know. But you can moan at Bobby. He's the new complaints department for Xero. If you've got any issues, just moan at Bobby about it. Basically, the reason why he's
to me as well.
Yeah, but it's because you never respond to anyone on Twitter, so that's why.
That's true. That's probably flooded, and I'm just like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah. So anyway. Everybody, that's it done. That's the first broadcast Xero done. All I'm going to end it on is Bobby, it is coming home. We'll see you next week.
We'll see you next week. Bye.